Hey guys, it's Chris from Enola Gay, and it's time for Valken Debrief Live.
Welcome to the most interactive airsoft show on the interwebs. It's the Valken Debrief Airsoft live show. Each and every episode is sponsored by the fine folks at Enola Gay. Also, don't forget to sign up for the largest growing airsoft community in the world, known as the Valken Alliance. You can link up with other Alliance members throughout your region on our Facebook groups by just searching the Valken Alliance. We also offer Alliance sponsorships for qualified airsoft teams. And the Valken Debrief also shares local and national airsoft events so you don't miss out what's going on in your region. We also give away some sweet products from time to time, so the more you interact, the greater the chance you could win. And we work hard to bring you new and exciting special guests during each episode. You can also find us at many airsoft events throughout the world. And if you miss any of our live casts, you can always catch the rewind on our YouTube channel or SoundCloud. So sit back and get ready for your Valken Debrief.
Warning, the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for immature airsoft players. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences with common sense only.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Valken Debrief Airsoft live show, episode number 89, and we are broadcasting live from the beautiful Colorado Ranch. I'm the Kaiju, the Supreme Commander of the Valken Alliance, and to my right, your left?
Spell test, insert name, wait, let me get this right. Insert name here-ish. So if you guys don't know, we got a little poll up.
And there it is, bam!
If you haven't seen it yet, you guys have been giving us suggestions for like 3, 4, 5 weeks now.
Yeah, something like that.
For 5 weeks.
That's right.
We got our top 4 right now. We're going to do a little knockout voting. So if you haven't gotten your vote in, please click that. We're going to announce next week, or we're going to give it one more week, like maybe if anybody has any better suggestions.
Oh no, we're going to announce the winner tonight.
Oh, tonight. Oh,
tonight.
So get your clicks in now.
So what we're going to do is we're going to tally up the votes. And then on Instagram Live,
do a little announcement.
We're going to do an announcement of what your new title is going to be.
Oh, so you got to stick around to after the show to catch us on Instagram to get the answer. See how we tie.
See, I voted.
Marketing.
I voted right there.
Oh, let me go up and vote real quick.
Yeah, I voted. And if you're wondering how to vote, right down at the bottom next to the chat box, there's a little purple circle with 3 vertical lines. Hit that, vote, swipe it down, and you're good to go. So we also want to thank our sponsors because we have to, pay the bills around here. So all you got to do is we'd like to thank Valken Alliance. So head on over to ValkenAlliance.com.
Sign up just real quick.
Yeah.
Does it take like 2 minutes?
It's easy.
If that.
It's easy peasy. Here we go.
If you have your autofill set up, it takes even less time than that.
I know, right? So there you are, ValkenAlliance.com. Just click the join button. It is free to join. All we're trying to do is connect other players throughout your region to get out and
all the
pew-pew.
regions. All the regions together, too.
Yeah, all the regions. Yep, it is.
Or we're going to have region wars. Maybe we'll meet up like on the Kansas border and take on the Midwest. What do you think? Are you down? I'm down.
I think that would work.
I don't want to fuck with Southern California though. There's a lot of dudes out there.
And our our featured region for this evening is the Midwest region, which covers pretty much everything in central United States, except for like Oklahoma and Texas. They're part of the South.
Wait, are they part of the South?
They are part of the South.
So how do we divide that? Do we divide that like who fought for the Civil War, or like just what they call themselves? Because I would call Texas the West if you're watching.
Well, actually, no. Oklahoma is Midwest.
Okay,
so Texas is South.
So we're saying Oklahomans are not Southerners. Ooh, that's going to rile up the chat.
Oh,
that's going to rile
up
the chat.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
And we'd also like to thank the fine folks over at Enola Gay for all their sponsorship, sending us pyro, smoke, apparel. You can check them out at enolagay.com.
I mean, if you're using another smoke, I mean, you get what you deserve. That's just what I'm going to say. Like, if you're not using Enola Gay smoke, you will be unsatisfied, and you know why. So just remember.
Yep, that is true. And we're going to be starting a new thing here on the debrief. Yes. As you can see, don't call it right now. Well, you can call it.
But you're going to get an answering machine.
Yeah, you're going to get an answering machine.
Not a real person.
So this is our normal hotline. Right, but it's turned off at the moment to actually, well, it's turned off from interrupting us.
Because we have a show to do.
But you can call.
Anytime?
Anytime.
Like middle of the night?
Middle of the night.
First thing in the morning?
Yep.
Can you call from Japan?
Yep.
Can you call from Russia?
Yep.
Can you call from the moon?
Yep.
Awesome.
Leave a voicemail. If you have a suggestion for the show, let us know. If you want to see
suggestions,
a topic or a guest, or even if you want to talk trash.
It's not like we've run out of show ideas and we're begging for you to help us out from this point on. I mean, we haven't run out at all. Not at all.
Because after the event segment, at the end of the show, after the event segment, we're going to play your voicemail for everyone to hear, and we will answer your question. If you have a question or comment on...
Or just goofy thing to say.
Yeah.
I mean, is it your birthday? We'll do birthday
So,
shout-outs.
and don't hide behind the keyboard. Just leave your name and your first name and what state you're calling from. That's all we would like to know.
We'd like you to reach down,
Yep.
grab those cojones,
That's right.
huevos, and talk to us in person. I mean, say it. Just say it. It's so much cooler than doing this. So much.
I know, right? I know.
Take us back to the 80s.
I know. So, we cannot forget the overachiever of
that was Vaughn.
the night.
I
Yes.
already identified that. Mr. Vaughn. Ethan Vaughn. Something's coming your way, sir. Wait, camera's over here. Something's coming your way. Overachiever of the night.
So, Ethan Vaughn, if you are a member of the Valken Alliance, just send me a DM here on Facebook Messenger that you are a member, and I'll send you something. And if you're not, sign up for the Alliance. That way, I got your address.
And we don't have to try and chase you down.
I know, right? And then DM me and say, "Oh, I signed up, ready to go."
Well, it's a good thing we contracted with that company, though. You know, the ones with the black suits that they're like the prize patrol, but more violent and door kicky.
Yeah.
You know, so watch out for that. Sign up.
Yeah, he was the overachiever. I can't remember if the banner went up. It's up now, though.
It went up. I high-fived it.
Oh, okay, you
I
high-fived
normally
it.
whack the banner when it comes up. It's my thing. I like playing with the graphics. It's kind of my favorite part of being on
Yes,
TV.
that is correct. All right. Man, we're already up to 25 viewers.
I know, this is groovy.
We're halfway there. If we get to 50, we're going to give away some stuff.
Like good stuff?
Yeah.
Like rad stuff?
Like things that go boom.
Like things that are worth getting to 50 people for?
Yeah,
Awesome.
things that go boom.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Explosives are always good.
Exactly.
Hey, we have a new way that you can consume the show, don't we?
We do.
Do you want to tell us about that, or do you want me to do that? You're kind of the expert on this.
Well, say what now?
You're kind of the expert on this. Do you know, tell them where they can see the show other than
No.
now?
You're forgetting.
Are we forgetting something?
No. Well, okay. So we'll talk about SoundCloud.
Oh.
So
I skipped it. Sorry.
we are now uploading the podcast versions, the audio versions on SoundCloud. We started about episode 82.
They're
So
up there now.
about 7 weeks ago.
And we paid the
But-
$12 so you can watch. You can listen to all of them.
Yes.
We paid the 12.
Yes. So big budget show, right? Also, we did the top 10 shows from 2018, and they're in a playlist. So go to soundcloud.com/Valken Debrief, all one word. You will find them there. And our mod is awesome because guaranteed mod AI is going to put it in the chat, the link for it right there. So let's give thumbs up
Hold on, let me
to our
signal,
mod.
Let me signal the mod right now. Receiving that? Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, it's
I mind melded it in.
www.soundcloud.com/Valken Debrief.
Oh, I'm totally. You guys are going insane down here.
I know, right? I know. So
Okay, so we skipped it. You got the graphic ready? Sorry,
yeah, now we
screwed
got
it up.
we got the load out.
I'm
battle.
really excited for this. This is like reality TV meets
I know.
Airsoft meets bad network knockout television. This is
Oh,
great.
dude.
It hits all my buttons.
Dude, so what this is, it's like lip sync battle. People have been DMing us their picture of their favorite loadout and giving us some few words. And starting next week, we're going to put them up.
Oh, hold on. One small note on that. If you're going to DM us your loadout, you have to be wearing clothes underneath it. We've had an inordinate amount of inappropriate, we're going to call it inappropriate pictures that have come with the kit loadout. So we're going to have to ask minimum thong and bikini top. That goes for boys and girls.
Yeah. So you can either send us a picture of you wearing your kit or laid out on the floor, just a few words.
With clothes.
We've got a whole bunch lined up. We're going to put 2 up in a poll
They're going to fight it.
starting next week. You guys vote. whichever one wins stays, loser goes, and they fight another person next round.
You know what I can't wait for? I can't wait for it till we have several winners, like over this period of time, and we can do like a tournament of champions on Jeopardy.
That would be awesome.
Like, and I want to see weird stuff, guys. We just don't want to see Navy SEALs and CAG guys. I want to see samurais and Halo.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Stormtroopers. I want to see Fallout. I mean, hell, even if it's just your jeans and a t-shirt, and you're doing what do they call it? The contractor loadout.
Yep.
Contractor loadout. Just
PMC.
show us what you got. It's about showing your version of airsoft to everybody.
That is correct. And you know, I'm reverting back to my military training. So we're going to tell you what we're going to be talking about today. Then we're going to talk about it.
And then we're going to wait. Hold on, wait. It's crawl, walk, run.
Yes. So
wait, how do we do this analogy?
Just in case you just popped in randomly.
It's crawl, walk, crawl, run. That's what we're doing. We're just going right to running.
Yeah, we're going right to running. We will be talking to Overwatch Tactics today regarding Oklahoma Land Rush.
Some of my favorite people. They are really, really genuinely nice people.
Did they pay you to say that?
No, honestly,
Oh, okay.
I just like them. I'm completely unpaid to be here.
I know, right?
I'm a volunteer, so.
So, and then after we do the Q&A for Oklahoma Land Rush, we are going to do our event segment for starting from this weekend all the way till the end of September. It's not all the events, it's just some of the events.
And here's the great part is from now on, every time we do our event segment, we're going to be reposting that to Instagram TV. So if you want a cheat sheet to see what's going on, you just got a couple minutes to check in. Check us on Instagram TV. Get the event segment cut down just to that 10 minutes or so, and you'll hear exactly what's going on.
At Valken Airsoft on Instagram.
And please send us events. We need events to post events. You're who drives this. We don't go find shit. You send it to us, we post it.
And how do they send it to us?
You need to send it as an event reminder, like you're joining an event on Facebook. A Facebook event reminder is how you do it. That will give us all the information. We can populate it from there, and we can get your shit out there. Because that's how you sell tickets and get customers, right?
Heck yeah. So, and we're going to be doing some other crazy stuff on Instagram TV. So
it's gonna be fun.
You definitely want to subscribe. We're going to be blowing that up. So we're going to cut to a quick commercial break.
Bills.
Yes, we got to pay them bills. So don't go anywhere. These commercials are now fast and furious. We're going to be back really quickly. Share the show. Tag your friends. Keep tagging folks. And we'll be bringing back Soto and Cookie.
Together?
From Overwatch Tactics. Yes, that is correct.
Would that be Kodo or...
Kuko
or Kodo?
Soki?
What would be their couple name?
Oh.
Tell us their couple name
in the chat.
In the chat
during
the commercial. Come up with their couple name. Thank you. Help us out, guys.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking us out here at OpEx. I'm Buckwheat from Cerberus Airsoft, New Jersey. Go ahead and do yourself a favor. Check out Valken Alliance at www.valkenalliance.com for your free swag and some really cool guys to meet. Talk about the sport.
And we are back. It's the Valken Debrief Airsoft Live Show, episode number
89.
89.
One less than 90. Oh my God, are we almost at 90? Which means that we're 10
Yes.
away from the big 100 century mark.
Oh my gosh.
There's very few shows that have reached the 100 mark. I mean, The Simpsons, Family Guy, Cheers.
Yeah.
Now the Valken Debrief. I mean, really, we're making television history here. This is the longest running airsoft show. We should call Guinness and see if we actually might have set a record. Come on.
No, because that's too much visibility. I don't need those kind of exposure bucks. So why don't you welcome our guests since they're just sitting there twiddling their thumbs now?
Okay, so they're in our green room right now. One's out on our beautiful deck.
They're here. They're no longer. We pulled them in.
Did we get them in here?
Look at the screen. See, they're
I'm seeing
in.
trees in the background. I'm seeing trees right now because I think Brad has wandered out to our beautiful Overwatch of the Colorado countryside, and we got Will in our lounge right now. If you see in the background, lovely when he pops up. But we got Brad and Will from Overwatch. These are two great guys. Started off with just being regular airsofters. And they got together one day. And I think the story goes, they just said, let's make a business plan.
How about we let them tell the story?
Oh, is it? Okay, I was just trying to...
I mean, dude,
trying to set them up. These guys are rad, man. I'm trying to pump them up as much as possible.
We get them to talk.
They got plenty. They have no problem talking.
No.
These two have no problem talking.
I'm trying to get Brad to talk the most because Soto will override him.
Okay, so without further ado,
Without further
the
ado,
man, the myth, the legend. Some call him too tall to be short. Brad and Will. How's it going, guys?
How's it going?
Well, we need to have Brad come up a little bit. He's a little quiet. Or you need to get closer to your...
How's it going?
He just needs to talk louder.
Yeah, he needs to use his big boy voice. Just reach down, grab the man veg, and just speak into the mic. There we go, brother.
So
How you guys doing?
Doing all right. How's it going?
Awesome. What about you, Will? How you doing, brother?
I am chilling like a straight villain.
Oh.
Or wait, no. 52 days a week.
52 days a week?
Yeah, something
Would
like
that
that.
be 366 days a year?
No, it's like 367.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time out to hang out with us, guys.
So if you followers watching the chat right now, put your questions up for Cookie and Soto.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about the questions.
And we will get them.
Battle of
to
the
you.
Beards. Here, let's
This-
start out with that one. I just saw that one.
All right, first of all, I'm just going to say right before we get every single question being the same thing, the rosters are not out for whatever event that you want the rosters to be out for, okay? Just putting that out there. They'll be out there when they're out. Is that
Well, we
coming
got
out for you guys?
we're still, we got a little bit of time left.
Okay, yeah. The rosters are not out yet. They'll be out when they're out. Don't ask. Yeah, but if you got questions, this is your time to ask. If this is your first time at an Overwatch event, please, this is your time to ask anything and everything you want to know.
Dude, Will Pace, man.
Ooh, hey, Will. We
Yeah,
got
he's a
kinds of
good
people
dude.
here.
Talked to him a few weeks back.
Oh, wow, I got to catch up. Oh, my, wow, there is
Ooh.
so many people. John Zero
Will-
popped
What's the
in.
best
Will-
airsoft gun under $200?
Oh, dude, don't go there. You really want?
Oh,
Black Ops doing some big stuff, man. That guy's his AO.
really cool.
That
Very
thing
cool.
is, yeah. Kaiju was just there. He
Yeah,
should
we
be
just,
all about it.
Actually, there's a
His
very
video was
special
pretty
episode of the debrief coming from Black Ops, by the way. If you guys
Yes.
Oh, there's Uncle
August.
Misha here.
What?
Uncle Misha's here.
Uncle Misha
himself.
from Rushing Russians chapter of Oklahoma.
You know what's funny is that guy's an E7 now. We were both E5s back in Campbell.
Yeah, it's kind of depressing when you get out and like all your buddies are E8s and E9s now, and you're like, if I just stuck around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, thanks Soto. Now we're on the Red Net target list because you had to go mention that stuff.
I'm gonna do a little bit of kvetching here. I just saw this article. They're offering a $70,000 bonus for grunts. That's almost enough to make me want to put the uniform back on.
Huh? 70
grand for infantry.
Wow.
Yeah, they're short like 5,000 people or something.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Fritz is already
Apparently-
starting with a question.
Ooh, we got a question from Fritz. All right, here we go. Wait, did I read that right?
Yeah. Who wants his babies more, Soto or Cookie?
I think Fritz is gonna. Is Fritz gonna put a butt baby in one of them? Maybe impregnate them? Is that what he's trying to say?
That baby?
Whose baby do you, I mean, I don't even know how to. I don't even know how to phrase this. I don't even know where to go with it. I'm just lost. Okay, getting back on track. Real questions.
Oh, Zero asks, Soto, what beard butter do you use?
Ooh, that's a good one. There's a
All
lot of beard.
natural, brother. Don't use nothing.
Are we keeping the beard streak alive on this show at this point? We got 2 beards this week. We had a beard last week. We had the beard week before that. Next week, do we have a beard coming on the show, or is it clean shaven next week?
No, that's in November.
Punk
Kyle
doesn't
has
have a beard.
Oh.
I mean, he lets it grow out, but he doesn't have like beard.
There might be time for him to coif that beard just so he can keep the streak alive. I don't know. Ooh.
Holy shit. 40K for fire support?
Yeah, that's insane, man.
Ah,
Makes you a
damn.
little depressed.
Oh, you shouldn't have gotten out, Soto. Too bad, so
Oh,
sad.
so sad.
So let's start. Let's warm up the chat, and we're gonna start with Cookie.
Oh, this should be a good one.
Yes. So Cookie, real quick, for the followers that don't know you, give a quick background of yourself, just real quick.
Let's see. Started playing, I don't know, what's it been 5 years ago. Just kind of, what's that? Probably about 5 years ago.
Okay.
Just picked it up in somebody's backyard and went to an event out at D-Day and kind of got the bug at that point. And then the next event I went to was an Overwatch Tactics event and got to know Soto and Lone Wolf at that time, and we just kind of hit it off. And ever since then, we've been together and planning and moving forward with the future of Overwatch. So it's been a pretty fun ride.
So, Soto, I would like you to give us an introduction and tell us about yourself, but you cannot mention the military.
All right, easy. I don't walk on the beach that I get in crevices that irritate the shit out of me. You know, been out for a hot minute, and I didn't say it. That's just been mostly my background. It's not, or actually, besides automobiles, had a restoration company. When I moved to Oklahoma about almost 10 years ago, went from there. My body just really couldn't handle it. Got into airsoft through a customer of mine that was coming in for a car, and he saw some of my awards and was like, "Oh, you were in?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh man, you got to try airsoft." And I was like, "Isn't that stuff for like kids?" Because all I knew was like Walmart guns, stuff like that. And he's like, "No, things are just it's totally different. It's totally different. It's military." And I'm like, "All right, well, I'll check it out." Back then, at that time, it was a lot more chaotic for myself than I am now. Long story short, went down there, fell in love, bought my first gun that apparently everybody else buys, like a JG junk.
I actually have. I think my first gun was a used S system as well.
Oh really?
100%. Yeah, it's still it's like half taken apart in my basement right now because I scavenged it for like a mag release for another gun and a trigger for another gun that broke.
Like a boneyard gun, yeah. Yep. So from there, and then Lone Wolf was a part of Mystery Squad back then, and
sounds like a bunch of DC supervillains.
Huh?
Sounds like a bunch of DC supervillains. You know what I mean?
It kind of was. It was a guy that came out of the nowhere, just kind of took out half your squad. Like, who the hell's this guy? Like, I don't even playing airsoft. I was like, this is my second time. They're like, shut up. And they're like, you're military. And I'm like, nah, I'm not military. Just like guns.
So Uncle Misha actually has a question. Camera number 2.
Oh, we're going to camera.
Yeah, we're at camera number 2. So Uncle Misha's asking for you guys, is there, for Oklahoma Land Rush, is there going to be weapons restrictions like there was for the Division where you limited what platforms were to be used?
Negative. So what we're doing with Oklahoma Land Rush is, we take a concept of 2 base factors, right? Like, so the name Oklahoma Land Rush, back 210 years ago, Oklahoma had a bunch of property and people just went free for all as long as you became like an Oklahoma resident, I believe. So with our initiation with Oklahoma Land Rush is we want to take that concept and modernize it with everything that, all the players love to wear, all the cool gats. We've actually gotten questions on the full thrust system, which I and Brad still have yet to really researched it, figure out how we can chrono it, whatnot. But there is no weapon restrictions. Our rule set that we have on OverwatchTactics.com explains out our rule set with Oklahoma Land Rush. The main concept that we have is like you have 5 control points. These 5 control points, there's going to be refills every hour.
We're going to have to pause you, Soto.
Hold on.
Hold on, Soto. I know you are. We're going to get to that, but the chat's blowing up.
Mike Nation has a quick question while we're going down that rabbit hole. So he's got an Echo 1 FAL. He can't find mid caps for it. Is there a workaround that you guys would suggest for him if he wants to run that FAL? Like, is there a way that he can maybe use Clockworks and only partially load them, or like what's the?
Mike Nation, is that your only gun?
Is it?
We're waiting.
See if he answers.
So, what do you guys think? When somebody says, "Oh, I don't have mid caps for my platform, I guess I'm out." What do you guys say to that?
Oh, I didn't even think about it that way.
Well, we have a rule because when we initially started this, we saw a lot of players kind of timid to go to American Milsim events, and we wanted to help bridge the gap from a player that goes from your backyard to your open plays to be able to go to an American Milsim event and not be timid on, the guys wearing like Cry and all that stuff. And these dudes moving like, flawlessly like military. We have our policy with that is our mid cap restriction, and then we have a high cap restriction. Our high cap restriction, I think, is what, 2, Brad? 2 high caps?
2 high caps.
So 2 high caps, you're 600, 800 rounds.
There's a workaround there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that. So actually,
same round count essentially.
Let me pause you real quick and redirect you for a second. So we kind of got ahead of ourselves with some of these questions, but I'm guessing there's a couple newbies to Overwatch, including myself. I've actually never been to an Overwatch event. I'm super stoked to go to one. But just give us 60 seconds or less. What's the Overwatch mission? Kind of just what you did, but like refine it. What's the experience they're going to get? Give me the elevator pitch.
Our 60-second elevator pitch starting now.
I totally thought you said elevator bitch.
I mean, is that could be like a punk band, elevator bitch?
That's me.
That's Cookie.
All right, 60 seconds starting now.
You guys are it up.
All right, 60 seconds starting now.
All right, so we are Overwatch Tactics. Basically, what we are doing is trying to provide a bridge between open players, new players, seasoned veteran players that just want to have fun, not worry as they say, Milsim Light. We're a Milsim Light kind of introduction for AMS. Our rule set is basically based off of American Milsim with a little bit, other ways to be able to help players that can't afford, 7 mid caps, 7 PTS mid caps that are, $25. You get, two high caps, which, that was a really great question. And we're here to just help out. We just want to have fun.
Sorry.
Shit, and that's it.
Hold on, got to interrupt you real quick. So if we have any interruptions, we just heard a little bit of that wonderful Plains thunder. Did you hear that? Just coming through.
Oh, but we're hardwired, buried in the ground.
So if we have an interruption, just be warned, the storms are coming. So if you hear some booms, we're not under attack. Don't worry.
Well, you guys are sponsored by Enola Gay, so
we can smoke out. We can break contact, no problem.
Like that awesome background.
So,
whatnot.
Gus Dosey, remember Faluda. Don't forget Faluda, Gus. Faluda.
Is that near Fallujah?
Oh, so Gus was on a show. His show actually made the top 10 list in the podcast playlist. And he could not say Fulda Gap.
So he just said Fudda?
Faluda.
Faluda?
So it's been Faluda ever since.
Faluda Gap?
Yeah, so Gus, bringing the hammer comment so far. Overwatch is amazing and Soto is my lover. He don't know.
Things are getting creepy in the chat. Things are getting creepy. I'm hoping Soto's wife is not watching this. Are we safe?
Yeah.
Are we safe?
Boss.
No, we're not. We're not
honestly,
safe.
my wife says that I flirt with Will more on the internet than with her. So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's always heart emojis and shit going back and forth. It's getting kind of weird.
Man, we've hit 40 live viewers but only 30 shares. You got to share the show. You got to get more people in here.
We need 50. I want to give you stuff.
Hit
Please let me give you
thumbs,
stuff.
hit hearts, whatever.
I'm gonna blame the audience. It's your fault. I can't give you stuff.
Gus says he will never live that shit down. No, you won't.
No, forever.
Faluda forever.
There is thousands of people who are hearing your shame right now.
Yeah.
And it's funny is we've been to Faluda. Shout out to Shell and Troy Frost. I butchered that up. From Stampede Airsoft.
I feel
yes.
hate
Shelly
doing
and Troy
it.
run Stampede Airsoft down in Port Richey, Florida. We're actually, I'm actually going to be flying to Faluda Gap and working out of Shelly and Troy's tent.
Oh, are you?
Yep.
So here's a question. They run Stampede Airsoft. Do they do like the running with the airsofters every year?
It's
like
'cause
the
there's
Bulls
nowhere
and Franklin or
quiet in
anything
there.
Like that, or
No, I don't think so.
Like a bunch of big airsofters chase you and you got to get over the fence.
That's Florida. It's not Spain. Even though there's a lot of Latin population down there, that's in Spain.
If you guys are watching, it's an idea. I'm just saying, marketing. Have the running with the airsofters, running of the airsofters. It won't be very far. Airsofters are not big on running.
Fritz got a question.
Ooh, where's it at?
It's a for real question. So, for real question for Soto and Cookie, what is your favorite prop that you have seen out of all the events you've been to?
So not
what
just
is
their events. Like
yes.
any
What is the
event.
coolest prop you've ever come across?
Other people's events.
Anybody. It could even you could say it's yours. It doesn't matter to me.
It could be that some shit sitting behind you right now. I don't care. I mean anything. Come on.
I'm excited for the one to come for Conquest of Avalon.
What's coming? What's coming? Come on, give us a little sneak peek.
It's a surprise.
Oh, come on, just tease us a little bit.
You better not go
giving you a whole
Spider-Man
show.
and say shit.
I'm not saying a word.
You said something. The rule of the show is if you say something, you got to give us some real info. You can't. We don't play that bullshit here. This is we want the whole thing, not just tip. Just give us something.
Give him a clue now.
Got to give us something. I'm sorry.
It's this wonderful little meld of history and technology.
Is it going to be a remote control wagon? I feel it's like a remote control wagon.
Oh, Doug.
You would probably have a better idea what it is if you actually attended an Overwatch Tactics event.
I'm trying. I'm looking forward to it. Do you know, like, I spent the last 2 years trying to get myself to Overwatch, but no one ever wanted to go because everyone's like, we have to go to Broken Home every year.
The coolest shit I have seen has been built by Lone Wolf.
Ooh, so it's gonna be
the guy put some work into some of the stuff that he's built, and it's the sight to hold whenever you see it, and plus they're interactive.
Dude,
everyone gets to put their hands on the stuff.
You know, especially that last picture you sent me of the bucket and the foam padding with the toilet paper. That is so interactive.
Wait, like a bumper dumper?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a bumper.
It's a bumper dumper. All you gotta do is put that on like a little trailer receiver hitch attachment on it, and you put it on the back of your truck. You're good.
So let's get back on track for Oklahoma Land Rush, because this is a Q&A and people are asking. Doug Smith, I caught a question from Doug. So Doug is asking, are you going to close ticket registration before the event, or is it going to stay open all the way through? And I'll add on to that, do you allow walk-ons?
All right, so what we usually do is we'll close out the event for ticket sales about a week and a half before the event, due to fact that, you know, we got to build the rosters. Commanders have to build the rosters. You know, that doesn't just magically happen overnight or in 2 seconds. So it usually takes us, you know, about a week to really figure everything else out after how many people we have. So usually we love people that, you know, go ahead and just get your tickets, or, you know, make a sacrifice. I understand we have time, but we are constantly planning. I mean, we are putting so many hours into every single event. You know, Brian's got two amazing props that he's building right now. It's really funny. Both of them are stills. So each still is valued differently in the black market. So one still is going to be White Lightning, which will be just water. So players, you know, if you get dehydrated, you can drink this water. You know, everything that we use is really formidable for themselves. You can use it, you know, any which way. And then the other still that we were doing, apparently Cookie and Lone Wolf didn't like my first original name, which, you know, we'll leave that one out. So we're going with Cherry Bomb, which is going to be a diluted Gatorade.
Oh, a little grog.
Huh?
A little grog there, eh?
Yeah. So each one will be valued differently between White Lightning and Cherry Bomb. And, you know, we're going to place those. Brian and Cookie will place those in really challenging locations, because depending on how many jars you get, you know, that's how much money you're going to have to be able to use for the black market.
Hold on. So let me stop you right there.
So they're, if you didn't know, Overwatch Tactics, one of the great things about their events is their props. They go over and beyond and above to infinity. Extra with their props. That's one of the things they're great about. And you know, I know where you're going. So why don't you go ahead and segue, because
so real
you're my
quick
partner.
Segue. We have so we've been using a lot of terms here. You've been kind of talking as an insider to Overwatch Tactics. So we need you to dumb it down a little bit, because you keep saying
rewind,
black market, money you have. What does all that mean? Like, why do I need money? Why would I want to go to the black market? Like, what are these things?
Basically, what is the overall theme of Oklahoma Land Rush? So when you start talking about stills or lawman or whatever, our followers understand.
Yeah.
You want me to explain this?
Come on, Brad, go ahead. You haven't talked.
All right.
Of course.
So essentially, it's a modern day version of the Oklahoma Land Rush. The rebels who we have brought back for this event are in control of certain territories. and certain commodities. The unit has been, basically contracted by the state to take back these resources because these resources have undetermined value, which under control levels, they were taking advantage of any of the financial opportunities. So that'll be all about control points and resources in this game. And the prop coming up when Will was talking about the stills and the contents thereof, that's kind of a separate dynamic to the game, because all that is utilized for currency. So that all plays into the overall theme of the game.
So is currency used by like the factions to buy influence, or is it used as a point system, or can currency be used by like individual players to get, stuff?
It can be used to negotiate. The currency can be used to purchase keys. The currency can be used for pretty much anything at this point.
Okay, so it's not. I mean, like, and I don't mean to down some of this, but sometimes you have money or a black market or stuff in the game, and like some places when you do that stuff, it's more of like the big game meta, and not really like affects. You just kind of collect it and turn it into like the faction commanders. So when you guys get stuff, this is stuff that has, you can get BBs, or what else can you get out of it? Like water resupplies or other stuff. I mean, what's the general items you can acquire if you have enough currency?
You have essentially five control points.
Okay.
These 5 control points, both factions will know where they're at before the event starts. They will also know what time that the black market truck will be dropping off said resupplies to each control point. Right? Each control point we have been posting, each control point, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Alpha, which will be Alexa, EG67s. Every hour on the hour, a certain amount of EG67s will be at that control point. So whoever's there, boom,
Nice.
EG67s.
Nice.
I spend 10, 15 minutes max there. There might be a fight. I get to observe it, get the greatest view, POV. And, I got a time limit because I've got a set schedule to be able to keep all these control points, constantly going.
So essentially when you're doing gameplay, you're kind of Soto Claus. Like you come with BBs and gas. I have to say, like...
well, what's cool is their wooden boxes are locked.
Oh,
so you don't know what's in them at first. It's like...
So you got to get into them.
Oh,
yes.
There's an excuse.
You got to find an admin, a red admin, and get them to unlock. So you got to secure it. You got to bring it back to your fob or your base or whatever they're calling it.
The whole process.
Okay, so for this one, that was kind of like a division. So those were our loot crates. For this one, I mean, the boxes are still the same boxes, but they're not locked. I'll be dropping them off, and then someone else will be there. But there will be fragos and other orders being brought too. So you're not just focusing essentially on the 5 control points that we have throughout the AO. You have fragos, you have orders, you have objectives to do. So not only are you just wanting to dominate as much of the field so you can gather as much as this free stuff that these amazing vendors and sponsors are giving the players. It's a chess game, because you have to divvy up the troops between control points, between finding this, finding that, completing this, completing that.
It's not as much. So, I mean, what it sounds like you guys have going on is basically, sometimes I've noticed in bigger AMS games, sometimes there's not an understanding, there's not a reason to, play the big game necessarily for everybody. Once you've, sealed off a couple control points, intersections, you can kind of go into just like relax mode and let the other team do what they need to do. But if you were forced to spread out and control not only your point places, but kind of your prize places as well, because your commanders are going to care about the points, but your players are going to care about the prizes. So that forces your commanders to spread everybody out and try to control as much as possible in sequence. It's kind of adds a whole new level to the gameplay. That's pretty rad, man. I'm stoked.
Well, I think and this is just me, the way I think. I constantly don't think the next objective. I think about 3 to 4 objectives out. That's just the NCO in me.
A little bit of chess, not checkers.
Yeah. You know, I definitely don't play checkers. I'm more of a.
And we've had some new viewers come join us. We've gotten up to 39. Troy from Stampede. We said Troy's name too many times, so he hopped in.
Like Beetlejuice. You say right? He shows up. It's like John Pilkington. Did it work? No. Okay.
And then Josh from MC Kydex joined us.
Hey, Josh.
And for those new followers that are joining us, there's a poll. Just click on that blue-purple icon at the bottom next to the share button. So we are asking.
I'm stuck with that. They're going to make business cards.
Oh, hey,
yeah. So here are the four choices. So we're asking for a title of what Peltas title should be, and right now there's a tie between Lord Fuzzyface of Beebyshire and Greybeard, with Ludwig von Beethoven coming up
very close second.
Well, third because it's tied. And then, Sir Nancy of Prissy Pants is last.
I'm really shocked that Sir Nancy of Prissy Pants has not gotten more support. I thought that would have been a clear and decisive win.
Dude, mine is Lord Fuzzyface. That's the one I voted for.
I actually voted for Greybeard. I was trying to save my reputation a little bit. It's not going to work, but
what were you saying, Soto? You were getting stepped on.
I was going to say that you're not as fuzzy as Chris.
We're going to be staying in the same house. You're going to see how fuzzy I am, sir. You're going to see all the fuzziness. Take it in first thing in the morning.
I'm so excited.
So, hey, Oklahoma Land Rush, first. This is the first year you guys are doing it, right?
Yeah, so this series, Brian...
Wait, it's a new series on its own?
Well, yes and no. So when we had Snakes LZ way back in the day, when we were Mystery Squad, Brian and Brewer came down with this concept of Oklahoma Land Rush. But I think back then it was just, Land Rush or something like that. And the idea was it was fun. It was simple. It was just amazing. People were just giving back then. And this was before the sponsors and all that other stuff. Just the community base just gave in just to make it really fun. And so we kind of, talked, revamped it with now time of how players are and how the sponsors are and how amazing they are. And kind of made it more flowy and just more dynamic.
So all your events are a series, but they're their own series. So if you're going to the division event, the next event you go to Overwatch Tactics won't necessarily be in that series, but if you come back to the division event next year, it's going to be the next event in the division series. So this is not a larger... there is a larger story, but it's not like AMS where you have cost versus UFS. This is a series of individual episodes in longer running movies, would be the way to describe it?
Correct. Yeah, it's basically like you have five great shows like Cheers and Friends and Martin. I don't know whatever else.
So basically,
back in the day,
yeah. So it's set up so if you just catch one event a year, as long as you catch the same event, you'll be continuing the same fight. So
correct. Yeah,
a little more accessible for people who because honestly, your average player gets out to what, 1 or 2 events a year if they don't have local stuff, if they're lucky. Here in Colorado, we don't really have any local stuff. So honestly, if you want to do anything, you got to travel. But if you're in Dallas or Oklahoma, you got a couple local events. Northeast got local events. So being able to be selective about one event and then have it feel that you're part of a continuing story, I can get down with that.
Yeah. So Cookie, question. So there's a lot of stuff that players can acquire at these control points, for free, which are game enhancers that they'll be able to use in game. So is this a little bit different type of thing? Is there a raffle at the end, or this is how players are going to get stuff? Can you kind of go into that a little bit more?
So yes, with the control points, we will have certain control points will have certain items that our vendors have graciously donated between EG67 grenades, smoke grenades, BBs, all kinds of different things. And what we will end up doing is having mini raffles at some of these control points throughout the day, for both days, kind of spreading the raffle out over 2 days. It gives others an opportunity to be part of the raffle that, tend to have to leave or anything like that. And so we're going to be doing the raffles in game. And so the different control points where we'll be dropping, the theory behind that is you can do a couple of different approaches where you can, squat out and control these control points, or migrate the game around to follow those control points. So it can push or pull the game depending on where we are on the field.
Who's trolling us?
Okay, cool.
Actually, I got one for you. We got a troll.
Let's.
Is there a little troll action?
I don't know. I don't know if he's being trolled. So Seth said, and Seth Yakershi, I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. I heard a rumor that you allow Stolen Valor people to operate with y'all. So, we're big boys here. So,
like that, let's get that shit out. Let's go.
Yeah. So,
I mean, if you want to make an accusation,
let's educate Soto.
I'll put it down right here. So, I will say for a fact that 3 vets in this conversation right now will pull out DD-214s upon request.
No. That's not what he's asking. That's not what he's asking. Oh, okay. He asked a specific question. So,
let's hear these rumors. I mean, there's so many rumors about myself, about Brad, about Brian, fucking everybody. I mean, it's airsoft. There's drama. So I'm curious to know. I might have heard it. I might have not. I might laugh. I might cry. Who knows?
I want to hear. I mean, if there's specific allegations, I want to hear it.
I mean, I haven't heard Stolen Valor in quite a long
It's probably
long
been
time.
A year and a half since
been a hot
some
minute.
kind of incident in the hobby.
Here's the thing. If a kid, and I say kid because I'm 46, and if you're younger than me, you're a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
If you buy a ticket, you're a paying customer. If you're sitting there lying to me about your background,
the promoter is in no way responsible for that.
No.
I mean,
it's not the promoter's fault.
Yeah, it's the same way of saying, like, if we went to a football game and you were lying to me about being part of the team, that's not the Broncos' fucking issue. You know what I mean? Like, you're just an audience member, So is that what the problem is here?
I mean, do you guys deal with airsoft drama? I mean, do you squash it? Do you just avoid it? I mean, what?
We legit try to stay away from it. I mean, it's a freaking black plague. I mean, like I've told you before, I've been in the industry, or not in the industry. I've been playing airsoft for 9 years, 10 years. And I've seen a lot of stuff, man. I mean, just where people just talk shit because they have bigger egos than what they have in their pants. It's ridiculous.
I'd like to say both my ego is small and my in pants is small as well.
Yeah, I mean, I got no problem saying, I'm a fucking nobody, dude. I'm not special operations. Brad was not in the fucking military. Brian was in the fucking Navy. We're not fucking goddamn Navy SEALs, fucking Army Ranger, fucking Special Forces. Whatever you guys get hard on, we're not. We're fucking. We sat there. We signed a fucking contract and we said, "Hey, let's go fucking shoot motherfuckers."
Let's give Seth the benefit of the doubt. Okay. So maybe he's thinking about attending an Overwatch event, and he asks his buddy, "Hey, thinking about doing this event," and his buddy goes, "Oh no, dude, they let Stolen Valor play in there." So Seth may not even know.
So we're thinking this might be like third party.
This might be
third party hearsay.
You never, ever go with third party hearsay. Always try it for yourself or ignore it.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you've really heard it from the person. I mean, ask them. I'm legit an open book. I can honestly say and swear on my kid's life, I have answered probably 98% of the messages, emails, text messages, phone calls, every form of communication that I have received. I have responded back and, given them some form of communication back.
Let's put it this way. If you have someone to call out and you feel like you need to, feel free. I'm sure whoever that person is can defend themselves. I have no clue what he's talking about. I haven't heard anything on the internet at this point. So, I mean, honestly, like, dude, if you got a problem, let us know. If not, let's move on to something more pleasant.
Yeah. I mean, Gus from...
The fact of the matter at hand, Oklahoma Land Rush.
There we go.
Yes. And I'll just leave it with this. Gus from Oklahoma Jaeger says, in the long run, it just hurts the morale and the sport for everyone. Mike Nation, a motherfucking man.
This is why I like Gus Dossie from War Games Oklahoma, and they're putting on an event September 16th, 18th. And that dude, he's solid. He's a solid fucking kid. And I say kid, kind of like how Rob said kid, if you're younger than I am. They're a good group of guys.
So, since we're going back to Land Rush, my friend, factions. Let's talk about factions. So we'll start with the two main factions. Who's your tan faction? Who's that?
Well, so that was kind of one of our things for Overwatch. You know, there was always green versus tan. And we always kind of we wanted to separate color. You know, multicam at the end of the day, certain spots, it looks green.
Yeah.
You know, we all get confused, whatnot.
So let's put it this way. What's the good guy faction?
Like, so the good guy faction is created after my superhero, G.I. Joe, United Nations Intelligence Task Force Unit.
The
G Unit.
The unit.
Right? So that's being run by Woodcock right now.
The Woodcock is running the unit?
The cock, yes.
There is a lot of jokes that could be made with. I mean, I'll let the chat do that. Just whatever you guys got, put that together. Put it in the chat for me. Woodcock and unit together. I think that's it.
Woodcock and his unit?
The commander of his unit. He commands his unit proudly.
Yes, he does. Cookie, tell us about the Rebels, the other faction.
Well, the Rebels, they made their appearance. Oh man, what was that? Dog patch a couple years ago.
Executive order.
And they've been kind of on hiatus. So kind of brought them back as kind of the landowners. What you would call it, the boomers, I guess you would say, of the era. So there is just going to be those, landowners. So they're actually civilians at that point.
So if you're thinking you're an upstanding member of the citizenry of America, then the unit is for you. But if you're kind of low down scum, the Rebels are where you need to spend your time, is what we're saying?
I wouldn't say scum. Say
in the best way. I mean,
protectors of their shit.
I mean scum in the best way. You know what I mean? Like, like rebel scum. You know what I'm saying? You know.
All right. So Dylan Seabury is jumping in with both feet. So Dylan Seabury said, Soto, you told me to my face you were an Army Ranger at the Pit Viper event, and Brian told everyone he was a Navy SEAL. No idea if you were an Army Ranger or not, but I know Brian was never a Navy SEAL.
Oh, and it happened.
Well, and this is how the story goes. Apparently, Mr. Drew or Dylan used to own or ran Index Milsim. When we first started out Overwatch, we just wanted to come out, take photos, just be a part of the community, take photos and whatnot. And then apparently he's sitting there saying that I tell him that I was an ex-Army Ranger and then all this other shit for Stolen Valor. And I've heard this from several other people that said the exact same thing. And I've told those guys flat out, I have not. I'm a fucking nobody. I mean, Dylan Seabreeze, who the fuck are you? You can message me anytime, bro. If you got something to say, please say it to me. I'm an open book. You know where I'm at. I know you Facebook stalk me every now and again.
So here we go, guys. Asked and answered. I think honestly, like, if you guys don't know, the definition of Stolen Valor is continually saying something to profit off of it. And I've known Will for a while. He's been a fister to me ever since I've
been to his house and I've seen his I love me wall.
Yeah, and it's all fister shit.
It is.
Yeah, it's like if you're thinking you're gonna gotcha on this,
and he was stationed here too at Fort Carson.
Like, if you think you're getting him, like, good for you. You got Will on the show, but asked and answered, guys. He is not a Ranger. His partner is not a SEAL, and they'll tell you that over and over again. Simple answer.
Brian's a fucking CB, and he's one of the best fucking CB I know, man.
Now, keep in mind also, like, I've run into this problem too, where motherfuckers don't actually know what all these like terms mean, so they'll hear CB and they think it sounds like SEAL.
My apologies. Okay, so CB was construction. That's Brian's background for fucking 20 years. Brian's been in construction his whole life. That's where the props come from. His fucking hands. He gets it in his head, and boom, it's magically there, even better than the way he described it.
So honestly, guys, like, I guess we squashed it there. I don't think that really deserves much more.
No, let's move on.
Cool.
Move on.
Asked and answered.
And I love.
Oh my God, Dave DeMauro.
I know.
Yeah.
Dave DeMauro has the largest Humvee collection down in Texas.
Does he?
That is no joke.
Yes.
Holy smoke!
Like, are we
That
talking
guy-
like just 998s?
No, he has like a
like
Humvee
hunchbacks?
museum.
Are you kidding
Yeah.
me?
No.
Like hunchbacks, 998s,
No,
1161s.
it's not legit shit, Chris.
Ooh, like I actually might want to check that out. I am kind of a Humvee guy. I spent a lot of time in 1141s and 1161s and didn't get MRAPs till like the end of my career. So like I really, really enjoy. That was my home.
Yep.
Like those 4 seats in the gunner. Sleeping together. you do the slide down from the gunner seat to replace on watch, and he sleeps in your chair, and you stand up there for a couple hours. I mean,
Dave DeMaro's like, leave me alone.
we're coming. We're coming down to see you, sir.
Don't be hating on Dylan. For you guys and gals in the chat, he brought up something, and we addressed it. I mean, because we're adults, we can sit there and talk about it and not hide behind the internet. This is public. This is going. Yeah. This is going to be up on SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook. So
Let me interrupt you real quick.
Yeah.
Because Dylan just commented and said, "Glad to have it confirmed. Sorry to interrupt." Now I don't know if he was, confirming his question answered, but that was a very civil back and forth between everybody. No one yelled at each other. No one called any names.
Also replied to his comment or to his question. So
And honestly, Dylan,
his words. So.
Dylan, we're not yelling at you, man. We appreciate the input, and you had a question to ask, even if it's controversial. Thank you.
So
I am legit mad, okay, and I am not afraid to sit there and say it. Like, Dylan, if you had a problem with me, message me. I haven't talked to you since Index 1 at D14.
Yeah.
So, if you had a problem with me, I'm right here. You know where I'm at.
Okay.
Yes. So
Let's get back on track.
Let's get back on track. This
back on track.
question is for Cookie. So
Ooh, he hasn't talked much.
So I know we mentioned Woodcock as the unit commander. Did we mention who is the commander of the rebels?
We did.
Who's commanding the rebels? Is there someone?
Is somebody we know?
Someone we know?
That one's gonna be revealed about shortly before the event goes live.
Oh, dude, Brad, you are the worst, dude. You're like literally the worst guest we've ever had.
We have to create a little bit of need.
You literally
for
came on our show to tell us that you're going to tell us shit in the future. Like, just I'm done with you at this point. Like, we just.
Hey, spoon feed, man.
These guys are. I thought we were the master manipulators when it came to information. They are totally taking us to school right now. They're just taking us to school.
So another quick question. So we've got the unit. We've got the rebels.
Are you going to ask about third-party factions?
Oh, is there a third party?
Yeah, so thank you. I've been waiting for this. So it's essentially not really third-party faction, but it is. Okay, you have the U.S. Marshals. There's only 5 of them, and these 5 guys, like I have legit played with side by side, and they're legit.
So we're talking reliable dudes. That's what you're looking for?
Yes. So these are the guys you can bribe. They might want to say that they're good guys, but then they might take, a nice fat bribe of some poker chips or maybe some EG67s. I mean, however you want to play it up, these U.S. Marshals, they're negotiable.
I would suggest, knowing the kind of people that you know, I would suggest to the players coming to this event not to invest in poker chips or grenades, but probably cheap beer will get you more farther with the Marshals than I think anything else. I think the investing in a 6-pack of Bud Light might actually get you more done. Just saying.
Yes, especially for these guys because they got to stay on the light side because they lift a lot.
Oh my goodness! So
hashtag Big Corey, Little Corey.
So because you mentioned that there is currency.
Yeah.
In the game, and they could use it for whatever.
I think it was Cherry Bomb and White Lightning. Did I get that right?
That was the name of the stills, I believe. Sorry. But there's actual currency in the game. So, Brad, is there any reward for acquiring the most currency
like a high score
by index?
Like high score?
Yeah.
Okay.
all things have point value, and we'll be incorporating all of that, whether it's coins or money or time at control points. Everything will have a point value. So
Hey,
yes, it will be involved.
The main badassness, the Agent Orange.
Ooh, what's Agent Orange?
So
Hold on. Before he gets on to Agent Orange, I want to ask. Obviously, the currency goes into points.
Yeah.
I want to offer up whichever and if I can do this, Cookie and Soto, the single player that acquires the most currency, can I give them a prize?
yes.
Absolutely.
Are we talking like a body bag duffel here?
You did
Body
mention
bag
a
duffel. I know. I'm obsessed with it. I love it.
So real quick, so you did mention a raffle earlier. We are going to have a mini raffle, I guess you could call it. I want to call it an AAR. Just make sure players had a good time. Nothing went bad. Just, all that good stuff. But Redline Airsoft is going to donate their new Hurricane system. So I don't feel comfortable putting that system into the control points. So that I would rather give to somebody. So we'll do the end of raffles for that, and possibly one other thing.
I think a bounty. What about a bounty for that?
A what?
Like a bounty. Like you capture a commander or something.
No. I vote against. No.
Really?
There is no reason in Airsoft. I'm sorry, Soto. I'm going to cut you off. There is no reason in Airsoft to screw with a game enhancer that you're putting responsibility on, that their job is to make sure their faction has fun. And if you pull them out and that whole faction goes to pot, they're there to make your event great. So why would you put a bounty on them to try to pull them out?
It's a very good point. I see that.
And that's the officer in him. So yeah,
Rules and regs.
DOs are not going to be capturable in this one. I have a thing for XOs right now, just because of Copperhead that's coming up, and my favorite XO, Mr. Virus, is taking over. So possibly you could go after the XO. Definitely not the CO, due to us keeping control of the game.
That's a good point. I was thinking. So you got to remember, I still think like a player all the time. Like I think way too much like a player. That's
you think about like getting dirty,
like chaos. Like I just want to unleash chaos every time I'm on the field, man. Like that's like my
game
goal.
Organizers don't like that.
I know, and that's the problem.
So speaking of virus, Soto, have you ever been shot with your own gun?
Don't screw that. Yes, bitch.
Trolling.
He's all like sitting there like wooing me and shit, and I'm like, oh, he's like blowing in my ear, giving me kisses.
So really, have you ever shot yourself by accident?
Thanks me.
Okay, so I think he was talking too fast. So tell us the story, Soto, and talk slowly.
Oh, my bad. So ESR last year, so that was ESR 5, I believe, from American Milsim. We were holding down certain control or checkpoints for voter registration, and Virus was part of CDF, and he was supposed to vote. Waited in our line. We checked him, no weapons, whatnot, and I had to swab everybody, an actual swab. Had them open their mouth, swab them.
Where were you swabbing them? Was it an internal swab or an external swab?
Oh, it's an internal. It's going in their mouth. There's actually a photo. God, I can't remember who took that photo. But I'm like trying to like gag Virus, and Virus has like no gag.
So you're swabbing Virus.
Yeah. So we have to swab each individual person. They have to sign it. It's part of the voter registration. And I have my gun on there, and he's all like talking to me, and I know he's like kind of looking down at my weapon, but it's Virus. Virus is so sweet, and he ends up pulling my rifle on me and shoots me straight in the leg, and I was like, "Fucking shit!" But he did get me. But I have stories on him, and they're usually
for those of you going to Copperhead, understand Will not keep track of his own weapon.
Yes.
That's
no.
lesson from that. He doesn't. He'll let you shoot with his own. Yeah,
I will
let you shoot him with his own gun.
Bullhorn.
So we've had some great folks join us in the chat recently. We've gotten up to 39. We got to get to 50.
Hey, John.
John McCaleb, aka Guardian, is in here.
And John Zero.
And Tim Endler, which I have to give a shout out to Tim Endler because his call sign is Tin Man, and he gave me this wonderful.
Step out into full view of the camera, sir.
They can see camera too. So he gave me this shirt that says "I love Tin Man," because and this is what's funny. He knows I'm a Star Wars fan, and on the day he gave me this shirt at Northern Front, he was wearing a shirt of the Tin Man stomping C-3PO, and it just says clank, and I'm like,
that's not cool. That's all mean.
But I love it. I love it. Thank you, Timmy.
Of all the characters you could pick a fight with, I mean, C-3PO is kind of the wussiest of all characters in Star Wars. I mean, I would be okay with Jar Jar being in there as well. I don't know about you. But I'm a Jar Jar. Oh, what happened? Did I miss something?
Guardian says COs aren't capturable at Overwatch games. Is that why Cade is not going to this game because he wouldn't have anything to do?
Burn.
If you if you don't know, we redid episode 84 with John and Cade, and the amount of shade that was thrown in that episode. I know you guys couldn't hear it last time, but it's gonna be dropping pretty soon. And that's just a small taste of the shade that those two have been throwing at each other ever since Northern Front. I mean, there is some bad blood going on between UFS and Cost right now. Just saying.
Yeah, Soto, you can tag Cade, but he's actually on his way to Oregon, I believe, for a little vacation. Yep.
Yeah.
So let's get back on track. We got a couple more questions to get through, I think. Or are we running out of time?
No, so let's see. So we've talked about how Overwatch is different, what their overall feel is. We've talked about the different factions, things that people can expect. Agent Orange.
Yeah.
Let's talk merch.
Yeah, I've seen
the
some
booger sugar that everybody wants.
I've seen some rad merch come out of these games that you guys are holding. Those unit T-shirts are on point. The Merc T-shirts on point. So where can people get these? Where can they get hats? I mean, I'm seeing them right now. There's that nice shirt that Brad's got on if he ever stops getting all fuzzy. Like, what are you guys offering? Where can you get the stuff? You got an online store? How does this work?
No online store. We're still small guys. We're just trying to provide the community what they ask for. So usually at our events, we have the red admin tent where they do registration. And that's where we usually have the swag store set up. We do have some new shirts that are getting done. Ooh. And silkies.
So if you're out there and you see someone with Overwatch Tactics swag, that's pretty exclusive. Like, you can't get it online. You have to have gone to the event to get that. I kind of like that. That's kind of an exclusive Gucci level of
our main focus is, we want, so for me, I'm a stay-at-home dad. Monday through Friday, I'm with my kids, diapers and chasing and dogs.
Otherwise known as a manny.
Yes, I'm a man.
That's actually what I call my truck. I call it the manny van.
On the weekend, depending on what player, what your job is, what your role is in life, we want to try to provide an experience for you to where you don't think about changing diapers or, welding a piece of aluminum a proper way and not blowing holes in it, or your turbine wheel off, 20 thousandths of an inch and, blowing fucking oil everywhere.
That was my weekend, this last weekend.
Right. That's why I said that. But, we want the players to kind of immerse themselves, take yourself out of the daily grind. You want to be a soldier at heart, but shit happened, or you just want to go out and make memories with your friends. Well, that's what we like to do.
This is a dirty word in Airsoft, but I embrace it. But Airsoft is LARPing in a lot of ways, but in the best ways. It doesn't have to be pretending you're someone else. but you can forget that you're someone else, and that's totally cool. You know what I mean? Like, and that's, I mean, I don't really get that immersion when I'm on the field because, you know, my background, but I get that immersion when I'm hanging out in the vendor area or I'm hanging out in the house. You know, that's the times that I'm really searching for to get back to. You know, and I really love that about Airsoft.
I mean, and like, you know, back here on my wall, you know, I've got a lot of photos throughout all this space here, but, you know, the reason why I have all these photos are like memories of, you know, ops I've been to with my friends. So that's kind of like one of the biggest things about us.
So we'll, one more question before we cut to events. And this question is for Cookie. So the Cookie, because if you ever see Cookie on the field, he's all redded up. He's a red admin. I noticed on your guys' Instagram page and Facebook page, you guys are actually looking to hire 2 new red admin. Cookie, tell the folks, you know, what you guys are looking for.
Well, for the 2 red admin, obviously we are looking for someone that's going to fit into the same mindset that we do. That, you know, it's all about having fun. That's our goal, is to provide a fun atmosphere for everyone, veteran players, new players alike. We want someone with that mindset as well. You know, someone that is going to extend the integrity that we try to instill in every event that we put on, and kind of our, you know, in our ongoing mindset with it. You know, someone that's going to hold people accountable. I mean, that's the one thing that we can try to do as Red Vest admin, and even our in-game admin, is to try to take every moment as a teaching moment. That way we can hopefully elevate the game and continue to have positive influence in the game. So, you know, all of our admins, we want to make sure that they're able to handle situations correctly, to, you know, de-escalate situations appropriately, and make sure that they're observant of all of the, you know, folks having a struggle. I mean, it's hard to constantly keep your head on a swivel and not get suckered into, you know, the prime fighting areas, and, you know, you tend to not pay attention to some of the still areas, and that's usually where the problems have. We need people that are mobile and very observant. So, you know, I think we have quite a number of people that have written in trying to apply and be part of the Red Admin team, and so we have a very good selection of folks to consider, and that's what we're going to be doing over this next month, is sitting down, going through those characteristics that has applied, and narrow that gap down, and then do some you know, face-to-face interviews or Skype interviews to talk further. So we take it very seriously. It's not something that we want to just hand nilly because, you know, whoever comes on board is going to be part of the Overwatch team. That is, you know, we consider it family. So that's very important.
Let me cut you off right there, dude, because you're breaking up just a tad bit.
He's wandering around.
He's wandering a little bit.
His signal
Sorry.
No, it's all good. No, that was all great positive things.
That is awesome. And if you're listening to that, what I want you guys to take away is that he's not looking for fanboys. He's looking for people who can be neutral in the sport. But on that note, speaking of neutrality, we got to pay a bill real quick.
Yes, we do.
Small bill. We got to pay a small bill, and we'll be right back after this. What, like 30 seconds, 25 seconds?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fast.
Real fast. And
then
then we'll have these guys with us, and we're gonna do an announcements.
Events.
My favorite.
We're gonna do events.
Events.
I'm looking forward to that.
All right.
See you guys in a bit.
So this is Gunfire, and you are watching Valken Debrief.
The shortest path to your target is always a straight line. Be sure to check out Valken's full line of highly polished precision BBs made in Taiwan. The Valken Accelerate Pro Match BB is available now at your local Valken authorized dealer.
All right. Yeah, when I say Mike's going hot, Soto, you don't talk after that.
He's not a broadcast professional.
I know, right? He just fires and forgets. Like, shot over.
Splash-ish. It's close enough.
Splash-ish.
It's close enough.
I'm not saying too much.
All right. So our mod is doing a little glitchy action. So I'm going to read off the events, and my co-pilot here is going to paste the link into the chat. So if you are interested in any of these events, just click on that Facebook link, hit interested, and come on back, and then you can check out all that stuff after the show. So first up, we've got Operation Blackjack 8. This is a mere tactical event that's going to be at Sherwood in LaPorte, Indiana, August 3rd through the 4th. And this is in the Midwest region, which you can see the Midwest region highlighted right there for you.
Notice it does not include Texas. Texas is part of the South. Oklahoma is part of the Midwest.
I will say that I've never been to a mere tactical event. I think and that's one of the we need to address.
Yeah, I've never. I mean, I know Alex Petrakis that runs the event company and the store there.
Chris Kramer speaks really high of him. He's an AMS guy.
So next up, Masato Milsim is hosting Shock Op. It's going to be August 17th through the 18th in the Northeast region. This is going to be at a detention center near Albany, New York, just outside of Albany.
I did my homework. It's not Attica. They're not going to Attica.
They're not going to Attica.
They're not going to Attica. I was disappointed.
Oh, so be sure to check that out. Tom O'Rourke runs that. So if you got any questions, just hit them up on the Facebook page. And next up, we've got Narcos, A Family Divided. And I believe Carl went live last night at 7 o'clock Central Time and gave an update. So they're always doing really good about keeping their folks up to date. So this is August 23rd through the 25th. This is going to be at The Rock.
I might be a little biased, but I can think of a better way to announce for your upcoming events than doing it yourself. Is there a show that they could come on and announce their events? Is someone doing that right now?
For Battleborn?
No, I meant is there a place that you can do your Q&A for your events? It's right here.
Yeah, it's right here. So just like we did for this episode, and we had Masato on the show. We did a Q&A for their event in Romulus, New York. Overwatch Tactics, they came on. We did a Q&A for Oklahoma Land Rush.
Give us a call.
Well, yeah. I think Carl and Leo are actually deploying, so that's why they're canceling their event. Talk to Leo a little bit.
Oh, Leo is just in there. It's been canceled. Oh my goodness.
Wait, Narcos is canceled?
Yeah.
Or Night Sky?
Higher duty's called. Quinn's got to go out there and double mirror fucking people. And
okay, so you heard it here. Leo Lindell is confirming it's been canceled. So, man. So,
sorry about that, Leo.
Usually when it gets canceled, it usually gets canceled the day before and we've been
Are we enforcing some kind of like order in the airsoft world that you have to get information out there and keeping a schedule?
No, but that's good.
No, I know. I'm saying it's a good
that Leo and Carl were in the chat and they're able to tell us that it's canceled.
This is the most informative chat in airsoft.
It is. You can find a lot here. So next event we have
Night Sky. Right?
Night Sky 3.
Bam.
This is August 23rd through the 25th in the Northeast region. This is being put on by Otherworld Milsim, Paul Whitman, that runs Otherworld Milsim and Jackal Tactical. We will actually have him on August 22nd.
This is a great month for guests.
I know. Really this is a great month. So this is going to be held at EMR Event Park in New Milford, Pennsylvania.
We are?
EMR.
We are.
That's right.
EMR.
So
I wanted to talk to, what's his name, Timothy?
Yeah.
Timmy Hanley.
He's got an awesome field. I'd love to do something up in there.
You didn't hear largest recreational castle in North America. That's a pretty cool brag. Just saying.
Yeah, very much so.
Also in the Midwest, if you know Tweens and the crew from Cobra Airsoft region, They are really in tune with the Midwest player up there in the Illinois, Michigan, Indiana area. They are hosting Cobra versus Joe on August 25th at Blast Camp Airsoft and Paintball in Hobart, Indiana.
I hope they have Hiss tanks and Vipers and Rattlers and all that stuff. That'd be so cool.
Blast Camp is a decommissioned Nike missile base.
Ooh, can you imagine having a game in a silo where you're shooting from across the silo at each other? That'd be super
Well, they're not
dangerous.
allowed in the silos.
Oh.
No, it's just too much insurance
Get that paperwork done, guys. Get it done.
That's right.
Ooh, Trevor Thomas.
Oh, Trevor Thomas. Oh, wow, Trevor Thomas in the chat.
The TMC man himself.
Next up, Copperhead 5. It's Labor Day weekend, August 30th through September 1st. Labor Day weekend hosted.
New Mexico.
Yep, Playas Training Center down in New Mexico, the Rockies region. Finally, a game. This is probably the closest game that we get to drive to.
Well, and what's great is it's our closest game and it's 8 fucking hours away.
I know, right?
You know what I mean? Like, you just can't win.
That's with stops. 8 hours with stops.
Get your ass out to Colorado. We have the most beautiful terrain in the world. We have national parks everywhere. But there's somewhere, hold events here. I want to have a short drive. I want to sleep in my bed and play Airsoft. Can we do that? Is that too much to ask?
And there's a lot of people in the chat that are going to Copperhead. I mean, Overwatch crew is going to be there. You know,
Ridiculous.
Yeah, running.
Ridiculous. If you did not get your tickets for AMS with Copperhead and they just released 50 more today.
I can think of a dozen different reasons that you should get those tickets.
Speaking of today.
Okay.
Speaking of tickets today. Hey, Copperhead 5, they sold out the initial batch.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. If you didn't make it, don't worry about it. Okay.
But wait.
More. Today went live.
50 more
tickets.
On each faction.
No. Stop.
Oh, sorry.
Stop. I'm trying to plug our guest and you're derailing it.
He's trying to plug our guest.
The Overwatch Tactics tickets went live for Conquest of Avalon 3.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the second weekend in November.
That's at the Renaissance Fair.
This is at the Renaissance Fair in Waxahachie, Texas.
Yeah.
So head on over. Oh, yeah.
To quote Woodcock, it should be on your Airsoft.
I would tell you right now, like, there's for sure less than half of the early bird tickets left. So hurry up.
And this is the unit versus Mercs series,
Yep.
right?
Right.
So drum roll, Rob.
Who are the commanders for the unit and the Mercs?
So unit will be commanded by Woodcock.
Woodcock will be commanding his unit.
But the Mercs, we've got a special treat.
Who is it? Oh, they're just going to tease
The
us.
treat is
They've been
none
doing this.
other than your host, Kaiju Manor.
We have a little bit of this is kind of circular, they're on the show, Commander's on the show. Maybe we should do an episode where they interview you as the Merc.
Oh no, we're gonna do like a show about 30 days prior to Conquest 3. It's gonna be a debate. It's gonna be me versus Woodcock on that show.
There might be some adult language use.
You should tell Tag Gino. All right.
Oh.
Maybe Big G will jump in here, and we'll go ahead and do a flop. Maybe I'll take your position, Rob. We'll put you under the hot spot, the hot light, and then maybe Woodcock will come in, and then we'll just put you guys underneath the question.
That's what we'll do. I'll fly you out on the Valken jet, Soto. You can come here, stand next to Chris, and I will call in with Woodcock, and we'll go at it. How's that?
I think we're thinking too small. We have that loading dock out back. I'm thinking steel cage match, just to decide early. Like, you know how, like, remember how armies used to like come out and they'd have their champions fight? Like, we could just have the preview. Have the champions
dude, I would
cage
just
match.
like fight so dirty and just go
bite his ear off and poke him in the nipples and stuff like that.
No, I'd go for the sensitive bits.
Like the nose and
no,
You don't want
like the
free
beard.
I'd go for the groin.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
I was alluding towards it.
I cheat fight.
I wasn't.
I don't
trying
play
to be
by the
like
rules.
that crass and like just say the groin. I was trying to allude to it.
All right. So as we derail, next up, we have Surge on the Steps. This is also Labor Day weekend, August 30th through September 1st. This is a Milsim West event.
All the cool kids are gonna be at
Yep.
Copperhead, though.
Well, it's regional. It's regional. So this is the Pacific region. So it's very hard for those folks in Washington and Oregon and Northern California.
A long drive.
That is a long drive. So this is going to be in Centerville, Washington State.
And if you guys want to be immersed as you can get, those guys up at Milsim West, they'll hook you up.
Yep.
Head to toe. Everything needs to be authentic.
Next up, and this is gonna tickle Gus Dosey. Mud Crab Milsim is hosting Wargame Oklahoma, September 13th through the 15th at D-Day Adventure Park in Wyandotte, Oklahoma, Midwest region. Myself and Peltast will be there. This is the start of our 2-week on the road trip.
This is like the debrief on tour. Is that what we're calling it? Something like that? Like debrief in your living room?
Okay, we're not running titles. This is we're
spitballing.
We're unplugged, man. We're gonna be
debrief unplugged. There you go. There's title right there.
Well.
What's that, Soto?
So we have that on our calendar as well.
Nice.
So we can get together.
Gus has reached out to us and a couple other of the Jaegers. And so we're really considering it because they put in a crap load of time.
Yes, they do. And they actually have a player party Saturday night with a legit grog bowl.
Ooh. Also, it's not mud cram.
I might have to sign my life away.
Crab.
It's mud crab. We've said the wrong name several times. We'd like to apologize for that.
But I got it right tonight.
Yeah, I know. Because you're better than me. We know that. The copy editor, that intern, was fired and beaten. Just so you know, just to make up for that.
So and yeah, Soto, you guys should be going because it's like an hour and 45 minutes from your house.
Yeah, you can stay at your house for that one.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, you definitely can stay at my house.
So, all right, next up, we've got Operation Irene.
Motherfucking Irene.
September 20th through the 22nd. This is going to be at the Guardian Training Center. Yeah. Guardian Training Center in Perry, Georgia. This is a farewell tribute event for Colonel Retired Danny McKnight. So we will be there. You still haven't told me if you're going to run tan under McKnight or green under Mullen.
I have an embarrassed like admission to make here. Like, so I know Danny McKnight by like reputation and like growing up and seeing him in a movie and shit. And it's Colonel Mullen, right? McMullen was the other one?
No, Master Sergeant retired Max Mullen.
And I don't know much about him, so I'm going to make this pledge to our audience right now. You've asked me this question twice in a row, and I have had a shit answer ever since. So I'm going to go home, do my homework, and I will come back with a solid recommendation.
Well, not to peer pressure you, but one of our alliance sponsor teams, Cerberus Airsoft out of New Jersey, they're running TFR tan under McKnight for that event.
They might accept a lone wanderer among their ranks for the weekend?
I think they would.
I might have to give them a call.
I think they would.
Thank you for the advice.
All right. So up next, we've got Operation Rawhide Lone Rider. This is September 27th through September.
Move them out. Sorry.
September 27th through the 29th. This is at the Rawhide Ranch in Nashville, Indiana.
Not Nashville, Tennessee.
Yep, and this
is other Nashville.
Yes, Nashville, Indiana, and this is put on by Boneyard Airsoft, a
do you only have to
local
use Boneyard guns when you play at Boneyard Airsoft, or is that just a title? You can use any gun you want?
I think so.
Okay.
No, I think so.
Sure. Okay.
I think so. And rounding out the event segment just for tonight, and we're always adding, we've got Rumble in the Jungle.
I'm so pretty.
Yes.
I'm gonna pity the fool. I pity the fool. Wait, no, that was Mr. T. That wasn't Muhammad Ali. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. September 27th through the 29th. Rumble in the Jungle. This is at EMR Event Park in New Milford, Pennsylvania. And
I actually heard they're building a jungle for this. Like straight up tropical rainforest. They're turning a whole section into it. I heard.
Oh wow!
It's just a rumor though, but I mean,
just a rumor.
Like banana trees.
And Airsoft is built on rumors.
It is. I mean, we've already kind of screwed EMR once, where we guaranteed Tommy Lee Jones being there once.
I know.
And then now we're guaranteeing a jungle. Timmy's gonna hate us from now on, man.
Oh my goodness! And so, how do they get their events on the show and get it shared across our network?
Real quick,
Link
all
it.
of you,
Link it.
send us put the link in the chat. Send us
Right
an
there.
invite. please, it's really simple. Just click and share it to us at Valken Airsoft page. Share it to my page if you want. Share it to his page. Hit us up on Instagram. But primarily, if you send us that link, we can just go click and it's on our list. Easy peasy. We rely on you. Please help us.
Yep. And we're going to be, we've had that poll up the entire show for what should Peltasta's title should be. I'm not going to tell you guys who's in the lead, but it's
a clear winner.
Yes, there's
clear winner.
There is a clear winner, which we will announce on Instagram Live right after this.
Whose Instagram? Are we going to do that on the
Valken Airsoft Instagram page. So thank you all for joining us in this week's episode, whether you're listening via SoundCloud or watching on Facebook or watching on YouTube, Instagram TV. Oh, what are we going to be doing on Instagram TV?
Ooh, we're going to actually doing a new segment for Instagram TV, guys. And I'm really stoked about this. We're going to do we're going to call it Catching Up with Kaiju or something like that. But basically, we're just going to do a check-in every week. 10 minutes of us having a conversation. What's going on? Where are we headed to play? What things are we excited for? Maybe even it's just whatever's on top of our head. Is there some new gun coming out that we're both jazzed about? Is there some new grenade or optics? It's just our time to just bullshit for 15 minutes. So come check us out.
Heck yeah! And hey, Soto, Leo Lindell is talking to you. They want to send you a raffle item, so make sure you hook up with them.
See, making things happen.
I know, right? We're just connecting people.
We connected Milwaukee Kydex with Gearskin last week. This week, Lindell with Overwatch. Next week could be anybody.
So thank you very much to our sponsors, the Valken Alliance and
the legend.
What?
The myth, the legend.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Who?
The guy that brings TNC to the state.
Oh, Venue Milsim?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Venue Milsim, maybe a little Trevor Thomas action.
Oh, all right. So Venue.
I don't know him. He's gonna have to reach out to me because I don't know who that guy is.
We'll hook you guys up. We'll get some synergy. Wait, no, synergy.
Done.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for spending your evening with us. I know your time is precious. Whether it's you're listening or you're seeing us, thank you so much. And once again, thank you to our guests, Will and Brad. Next week we will be bringing you
PNW Punk from up in the Northwest in the Pacific region.
That's Rusty Airsoft up there. There's a lot of rain, isn't there? Got to play in the rain occasionally.
Yes, you
do. Eric Odinson. Love it.
All right, guys. We'll catch you next time.
All right, we'll see you.
All right, thank you for having us on.
But there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second. Surrender.
I didn't think you had it in you.
I'm your huckleberry.
We will not go quietly into the night.
It is your killer instinct which must be harnessed if you expect to survive in combat.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
Remember this day, man, or it will be yours for all time.
What keeps you awake at night?
Nothing. I keep other people awake at night.